We're good.
How would you, now that it's over, characterize the Soto pursuit from your end and how the organization?
I mean, obviously, I cannot get into the details, right? Because, but from my end, it was fun. It was fun in a way, you know, to get to know people, right, and players of that status. It's amazing. The kid, he gets it. He gets it. Let's put it that way. And obviously, I always have fun with the group that represents him. You know, you guys know how I feel about them. And but it was a good experience, and I learned a lot. So I was with Sam and Eddie at a restaurant right down the street, and he came out. They're looking at their phones, and all of a sudden Scott is coming with his army of personnel. You know, like it was kind of like the gladiator. You know, like him walking. You know, but it's good for baseball. That's the way I see it, man. I think everybody was waiting for this to happen. You know, and obviously. It was interesting the way everybody reacted when we were in the restaurant. We have plan A, plan A1, A2, A3, A4. So there's a lot of ways to accomplish what we are set to do. You know, and we've been talking about winning the division, right, and making it to playoffs. And there's different avenues, different ways, and we can attack them, and and hopefully we can execute. I think it's important at the end of the day. Our rotation, they did a good job last year, but the more the better. That's the way we see it, right? And we've been talking to a lot of people, a lot of guys, and like I said, now it's up to us to execute and improve our team.
When you spend a couple of weeks sort of partial, and I know you carried on other conversations about the Soto thing, but that requires a lot of energy and a lot of focus, and now that's gone and you got to pivot to something else. How challenging is it?
I think you got to ask that one to Bress and the front office. For me, was just being part of it, and then it's more for them than for me, right? I don't have to sit on that table, negotiating, talking to Scott. I don't know how many times a day. I'm past that, so that's more for Craig and the group. A1, A2, A3. I didn't say B. I think the offseason has been excited the whole time. We talk about it towards the end, right? And when we sit down after the season was over, that it was going to be an important offseason for the Red Sox, an exciting one. And so far, so good. I think we have done our research. We have talked to people, and like I said, we're going to improve the team. How are we going to do it? We'll see. But it's been fun so far. I don't know where that comes from. I haven't talked to Rafi about that. I have never talked to his agent about that. Obviously. People talk about his defense. Actually, I thought last year he did an outstanding job, especially to his left. He actually struggled when he was kind of like playing in the shift. If you look at his errors, he didn't make plays at shortstop. That's something that we have to get better at. But I think, if something like that happens with Rafi, with Casas, with Trevor, with Rafaela, the player will know first, and I guarantee you we haven't had those conversations. I think at the end of the day, when you sign a contract like that, he signed as a third baseman, and he wants to be a third baseman, right? And right now, he's the third baseman of the Boston Red Sox. You know what? Actually, I'm planning on going over there next week to the Dominican. Everything so far, everything's been good. He hasn't started taking rounders or swinging, but as far as the physical part of it, we're very pleased with that. Not really. No. He'll do the same thing. He'll be in Samaná until the end of December, and then he'll go to Tampa to finish his training in early January.
Losing Tyler to how much urgency is there at least one win?
I mean, obviously, he did an outstanding job last year. I think we worked together to keep him on the field. The two injuries, right? A freak accident in left field, and then what happened in Texas, right? The infection. But good kid, good player. Good at bat, especially against lefties. So we lose one. Now we have to make sure we do our job. Try to balance the lineup. We've been talking about that whole time, right? So we'll see where we at.
How do you envision using Callis?
I think we cannot talk about that, So yeah, but you believe you can. It's a good arm. Got stuff from the left side, so we'll see. We want good pitchers. Lefties, righties. If you throw with both hands, go ahead. We just want to be better. And one thing for sure, and I can guarantee you this, Bales and the group have done an amazing job throughout the offseason, connecting with guys, making sure they're on point. He actually went to the Dominican last week to see Bello. He was in Fort Myers 2 weeks ago. So I think I always talk about an MVP in the offseason, right? So my MVP is Bales. He's our MVP right now.
Why you aren't negotiating, but you are in the middle of, in terms of watching the TV build, because had a big offer from a big guy. Does this offseason feel different for you than other off seasons?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing you said. You were saying after the season.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations with the players are a lot different than the last 2 years. I can guarantee you that. It's more about what we are trying to accomplish at the big league level, understanding where we at. With as far as like player development. It's not only 4 good players, by the way. There's more. And I think people forget about that. You cannot sell player development and a great organization only with 4 players, right? There's more, and I think we're in a better place going into next year as far as like the comfort level. If something big happens, like last year in Anaheim, we're gonna be okay, right? We're not gonna make excuses. I think certain guys step up last year and they're actually ready to contribute, and there's others that, as far as developing, they're getting close to be big leaguers.
Do you also get the sense of perception of players like Juan Soto, for instance?
Yeah.
Perception from him was like, oh, you got a good team.
Yeah. It's and they actually know a lot about who we have and what we're trying to accomplish. It's been refreshing, to say the least. I think we've been having this conversation 4 years in a row, right?
Yeah, so if you keep Devers at third and Costas at first, really only you have second base. Do you think that's enough in what you might do internally to help those guys?
I mean, our job is to keep trying to make them better. Obviously, it's a different coaching staff. Flo is with us now, and are we going to do things differently? Yeah, we have to. We keep trying, and we haven't been able to be successful. I think in the outfield, we did an amazing job. In the infield, let's try to push it to be better, and hopefully we can do that. Yeah, that's Chris asked me about it. I said I'm not supposed to talk about it, but yeah, stuff plays.
How do you look at, even if he's hypothetically on your team, how do you look at the 9th inning with him, Slayton, and Hendricks?
I think right now it's too early to be talking about the 9th inning, to be honest with you. The offseason is halfway, and there's a lot of ways that we can improve the team. So let's see where we at when we get to Fort Myers. Let's see where we at after the Mexico series. And when we get to Texas, hopefully somebody closes that game and we win it. So we have to wait.
And with Whitlock, how do you
he's progressing. He's doing well. I think the conversations now are not about developing him. Is he a starter or reliever? We'll use it the way we see it, right? And he was a very successful reliever in 21. He's been an okay starter for us. Obviously, injuries have been part of his path, but I think, to be honest with you, we'll use him the right way, and the right way will be kind of like high leverage innings. If it's early or late, we don't know yet. He's doing well. He's actually in Fort Myers. He spent most of the time over there. Bells was happy with the way he's going about his business. Obviously, the group down there, you got Cutter and you got Wink, and Bernie's down there too. So far, so good.
Given that wasn't a full-fledged Tommy John procedure, would you expect him?
As far as like time, to be honest with you, I'm not sure, but I think the progress is good, and everybody is pleased. Yeah.
When Shohei Ohtani was posted a long time ago, Red Sox's game was
Ohtani?
Yeah, when Ohtani was posted, Red Sox was very seriously involved. But this time, you see the different, very talented player.
My bad. I can't hear you.
I think she's asking about Sasaki.
Oh, Sasaki, good pitcher. Yeah, young, throws hard. Yeah, we'll see.
When you see the differences when Ohtani was posted and then now,
I don't remember Ohtani when. I wasn't here, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 17 or 18. 18. Yeah, 18. Yeah. I was here, but he was. I think it's different. I think this guy, obviously, like with Ohtani, he's just unique, right? Like the hitter, the pitcher, this guy, he's a good pitcher too. He's pitching at the highest of, games, right? Being part of Team Japan and being successful. So we'll see what the future holds.
What are you looking for backup catcher?
That's something we've been talking about it. I think, obviously, I don't know if it's left-handed. Has to be a left-handed hitter. Last year we went both ways, right, with Reese and then with Danny. Just thinking about Danny pulling the ball and hitting the ball in the air and then hitting homers at Fenway. So we're talking about it. I think the defensive part of it is something important. That's something that we're not hiding from. We have to be better. And I think Connor is putting the work to clean a few things up, and we feel good about him. But obviously, having somebody that can help him will be very important, especially in the defensive part of it. I think that's going to be the route.
Alex, ¿qué opinas de la serie que van a disputar en México? Que vayan los Red Sox a un lugar donde está lleno de aficionados.
Sí, va a ser interesante. Obviamente, ir a México es un honor, es una plataforma increíble. Son aficionados del deporte, les encanta el deporte. Y de verdad que estamos contentos de poder ir allá y representar a las Medias Rojas de la manera correcta. México.
Spent a year with Bregman. There's no talk about him. What kind of impact does he have on the player?
Alex is a good player, man. He's a complete player. He's a player that he's been in winning teams, right, his whole career. Good defender. Offensively, he's really good, and he's a guy that a lot of people are talking about, right? And I do believe he can impact a big league team, a championship caliber team. He's that type of player.
You talked about willingness to move to second. How do you think he would kind of work there?
He should be okay. Yeah, we actually had that conversation in 17 when I was with the Astros. We made some adjustments at third base, kind of like where he was playing. He was feeling uncomfortable. At the end, it paid off for him, right? He's a Gold Glove defender at third. But I always envisioned him like playing in the middle of the diamond and those were conversations in 17. So he can adjust, and he has a baseball IQ to do that. People might think the double play might be an issue. I don't believe so, but I think he can do whatever. Was it Pedroia went down, or when I didn't sign back in 08? 08, yeah. It's important. We have tried, right? And obviously in 18 we have two guys that were pretty solid, right? Holt and Ian, right? They did an outstanding job. We'll see. One thing for sure, and this is something that I'm looking forward to. Vaughn is having an excellent offseason. He's gained some weight. He's putting work, trying to be more explosive. It'll be interesting. I think last year, and we talk about it, right? Like his offseason wasn't great. He went to Puerto Rico. He got hurt. He got hurt again. Then he got sick, right? So let's give him a mulligan, right? And let's give him an opportunity to go to spring training and battle for a job and see what happens.
You have a pretty young team, other than Trevor. I think every position player starter is under 30. What could a guy who's had the kind of experience that Bregman's had, what could that mean from a leadership standpoint?
Obviously, I cannot go deep into the player, right? But it's important. I think leadership means something, right? In the clubhouse, we've seen it before, right? If you look at the two teams that were successful since I've been here, you know, there were some voices in that clubhouse, right? And they were loud and they were very clear, and people actually listened to them. So we'll see what the future holds. But I think you know, veterans, you saw it in the playoffs, man. You know, like that team in LA. They can talk about talent and their payroll and their Hall of Fame players, but something happened before Game 4, I think, with the Padres, right? Freddie didn't play, Kike plays, he's a homer, and they took off, right? So experience matters, right? And I think that's something that we're talking about it, and hopefully we can add somebody that can help in that department, and obviously being a good player.
Specific players aside, do you need more voices in your room, do you think?
I think we need guys to step up and be outspoken, talk a little bit more. They can do it, you know. I'm a big believer that you don't have to have 15 years in the big leagues to be a leader in the clubhouse, and you know, we give them the platform to do it. You know, I'm very open about that. You know, if you have something to say that can benefit the team, go ahead and do it.
We have time for one more.
He's in Boston, right? Yeah. He's over there. Actually, yeah. He's doing well. Working with Kiyoshi 3 times a week, with Masai as far as like the rehab. So far so good. We're good? Thank you.
So, how you doing, man? All right.